where are you now? And this is a serious question for every individual to consider. You're at some point in this process. If you haven't come yet, that's where you are. You're in this place, and where the believers are gathered, the Spirit of the Lord is. Have you come yet to recognize Him as Lord? That you recognize, I'm not worthy. Or do you feel this is just a building and I can come as I feel? God is in the midst. Have you come yet to see Him? If you've come to see Him, what about your passion? Do you still have that? Since you've surrendered to Christ, do you have the passion now? You see, the passion will drive you to care for people. So you won't go about and just be a Christian selfishly. But you'll care for others, so you'll try to share what you know. Huh? Do you have that passion flowing? If you have that passion, what about confidence? Have your passion grown into confidence in yourself? That's a weak spot. It's leading to a fall. Because pride goes before. It's not like, oh man, I think I'm strong and I'm good, but I'll never do that. That's pride. And it precedes, it goes just before failure. And sometimes failure can grip you so much and cripple you so much that you don't even feel like getting up. Where are you now? Where are you now? Wherever you are, God cares so much that He comes and He says, do you love me more than these? Because I care too much about you to leave you here. Do you love me more than the pleasure, than selfish will? It may not be a wrong thing. Paul said, all things are good for me, and I'm going to paraphrase this, but it's not expedient. I can do whatever I want to do in some degree, but it's not necessary for me. Are you into that where you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing? That it's not wrong, but it's not what God wants you to do. Where are you now? God wants you to be at the place where you'll do what He wants you to do. He said to Peter, feed my sheep. Drop this, Peter. Stop this, Peter. From this time forward, you hear Peter again tell, I'm going fishing. Peter didn't talk like that anymore. Because at the end of this, by the time Acts come around and he received the Spirit of God, there is a renewed drive in Peter that would not cease. His passion for what he was called for was evident, and he died for it. Because he found himself in the place, the now place, where love for God exceeded anything and everything else. Are you there? Is your love for God greater than anything else that you have around you? Because that's the place God wants you to be. Not the place where you're confident in yourself, all that. The place where it's all about Him. Where are you now? I ask you to stand with me, please. Have you come to the place of surrender? For that's what it boils down to, At every stage that Peter was in, it demanded and required surrender. And at the end, that's where Peter ended up. Surrender. Surrender. Are you ready to do that? If you haven't come to Christ yet, it's the best decision. That full surrender is rewarding beyond you could ever imagine. I've experienced life on both sides. As someone that was old enough to recognize life. And I've determinedly recognized it's not a maybe it's better. It's not, oh, I've never seen the other side. I've seen both sides, and I can confidently say the side where it's full surrender to God is the best side. It matters more than any other thing that you could ever imagine, because that side is the side where you can just rest in Him. You don't have to be all worked up about life. You just simply have to rest in His will and go about living for Him, and just trust His will to fulfill in your life. Never again did Peter return, because he found the place of full surrender. Are you there now? If you are, I welcome you, if I be permitted to. I welcome you to come to this place. That's just, it's not the place that we have to come to be saved, but it's a place that's been appointed for the place of prayer. Will you surrender? No point in going on without His will. And if you have surrendered your life, but you're in one of those phases where Peter was, probably you're falling and you're struggling to get up right now, and you keep trying, and you get through for a week or two without doing the thing that you messed up in, and then you go back. If that's you, God's saying, I care too much for you to leave you there. Won't you come? Won't you come? Altar to Jesus, thee my blessed Savior, I surrender.